Yo, what's up, everybody? Salondia Hammond here, affectionately known as Sue Ham Baby. Say, what's up, everybody? Grandma and grandson. We were just sitting here chatting about real estate. And so I was just telling Mari about, how I got started in 2006 and how I didn't really have the proper education. And so I learned a lot of things by getting out there and doing, and I failed a lot. But I learned a lot, and it was expensive. And I was just thinking, a lot of people are always saying, when it comes to real estate, it's always about the location. You need to look at where the jobs are and things of that nature. Well, for me, I live in a rural area, and I got to tell you, everybody's goals and plans are different. You have to assess what's important to you. Like for some people, it's all about appreciation of the property. For some people, it's all about the cash flow. For some people, it's all about the location. For me, I live in a rural area, considered impoverished, and I've always thought it was great for rental property because we need it. And so it has always proven to be pretty decent for me. So when it comes to rental property, I always just say everybody has to assess their own goals. What are you looking? Are you looking to buy something that's going to appreciate like crazy? Then you need to be in a market that has a lot of jobs coming in and a lot of things going on around it where they're building, If you're looking for cash flow, one of the best places to cash flow is typically in a poorer neighborhood, especially when people have assistance from the government that can help to pay for it. And that's not always the case, but that is most times the case, And then there are places where you can go like Texas, where the Amazon, or go places like where the tech industry is booming and you can charge an exorbitant amount of rent. So it just depends. But then you could also be circulating a lot of money on acquiring a property. So for me, my goal is to acquire properties that's like $25,000, $10,000. I know some people are like, those type of properties don't exist, but they do. Matter of fact, I have a contract on one right now that's $25,000 a duplex. And my thing is, I like buying these type properties and actually rehabbing them, fixing them up, and bringing up the property value and providing a nice place for people that are in places that typically wouldn't have access to a nice place, right? And so some of the ways that I'm going to offset some things that could prevent me from collecting rent is to mix some of my tenants with persons who have a Section 8 voucher. Because we know with the Section 8 voucher, the rent is going to come in every month. And then you still have great people in rural, impoverished areas that have decent jobs that still need places to stay, and they don't qualify because they make too much money. They don't qualify for low-income housing. So there are those people as well. But regardless of where people are getting their money or who they are, my number one thing is to screen your tenants properly. My number two thing is to make sure you have reserves so when things do go wrong, if you have someone who's not paying, or if you have a roof to cave in, or if you have the HVAC system to go out, you have the money to take care of it. And so therefore you're not so much as worrying about, oh my God, what am I going to do if something bad happens? I'm trying to prevent y'all from seeing this pimple on the side of my face. Okay. That's why I keep turning to the side. But, yeah, you laughing at Grandma? But I love the cash flow. For me, appreciation is a great thing too, but I'm looking for those properties that are $25,000 and less that I can go in and put in $10, $15, $20,000 worth of work, and it appraises for 60, 80 grand. And then if I want to, I can go to the bank and refinance cash out, do a refi cash out. And then so if I pay $25 for it, and I got $20,000 worth of rehab in it, then I'm in the deal for $45,000, and it appraises for like just say 100, right? And I'm pulling $75,000 out from the bank. I'm getting all of my $45,000 back, plus an additional what? 75 minus 45, an additional 30 grand to go and buy more properties. So that's how I did it when I first got into the game in 2006. The only problem was at that time I was taking my money and putting it on dumb stuff. I wasn't putting away for rainy days or anything of that nature. But you live and you learn, and so that's my thing. I'm looking for the cash flow. I'm looking for the very low cost properties. And how do you find those? Some people are like, they don't exist. Yes, they do. Again, I have a contract on one right now. Should be closing like the second part of June. Matter of fact, I did a walkthrough and I put it in my Facebook group for the persons who bought my course, Real Estate Investing for Beginners, because I like to work with beginners. And let me tell you why. because I remember being a beginner and not having anybody around to show me, and that's why it cost me an expensive education to learn the whole game. So I like working with beginners, showing people how to get their first property, showing them what they can do and how it can turn into something else, how it can multiply into so much more. But nonetheless, there are so many different ways you can find these type of properties. I know you hear people say it all the time. I mean, you can put it out on social media, let people know that you're looking for properties. You can talk to wholesalers. You can look at Zillow, Realtor.com. You can get a real estate agent. So many different ways. You can drive around your neighborhood, look for properties that look abandoned, that look like no one's inhabiting it again. That's what abandoned means, right? So many different ways, and we cover it in my course, but they're out there. The properties are out there, and I personally, because I'm a creative being, I love things that are dilapidated, and I love seeing it go from being dilapidated to a beautiful state. So, like I like going to the barbershop and watching guys get their hair cut. I mean, they go in there and their hair's all over the place looking crazy. But then when they get out of the chair, it's like, oh my God, it's like a work of art. I like writing stories, starting with nothing, creating a story, and then boom, going to producing it and seeing people on stage bringing those words to life. So maybe that's the reason why I like a lot of older homes, but it's also because they have a lot of equity in them. They have a lot of potential. So that's another reason. I do like turnkey properties. Turnkey meaning that, it's ready to be rented, or it either already has a tenant in it, doesn't need any repairs, and does positive cash flowing. So I have some of those as well. So at the end of the day, I guess the point of this video is there's so many entryways into real estate investing. You have to pick what's best for you. Some people want to buy older houses like myself and rehab them. Some people want turnkey. Some people want to do new construction. They want to develop. You have to determine what's best for you. Some people are looking for the appreciation. Some people are looking for the location. Some people are looking for the cash flow. You got to determine what's best for you. I love the cash flow. Appreciation. Even if a house just appreciates 1% a year, it's still appreciating. It's doing more for me than it would having my money in a bank, because by me putting my money into real estate, now I've got a piece of property that helps me with my taxes, right? I've got property that's cash flowing, paying me every month, and it's increasing in equity, which means it's increasing my net worth, which means if I want to go to the bank and borrow money against it, I can do that. So for me, it's still going to be a win-win situation. Hope that makes sense to you guys, but I just wanted to drop that because everybody, no, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. No, you need to sit down and decide what you want out of this thing, right? Because here's what I can tell you is, like, some people will not purchase property in rural area. And what I can tell you is that has been the biggest thing for me. I purchase in my own backyard or the neighboring counties. And pretty much the neighboring counties are pretty much in the same status as the county that I live in. So it's still considered rural. But it has been a blessing. And so you have to sit down and map out what's your end goal, what's your why, what are you trying to accomplish? Maybe you're at a position in your life to where making an enormous amount of cash flow every month doesn't matter to you. Maybe you want the appreciation. Or maybe it's just you just want to buy the block and you want to make the block better because you're tired of seeing dilapidated homes and buildings next to, your houses or someone else's houses. You just want to bring up the appreciation value, right? Whatever your why is, whatever your end goal is, you work from that, because you're going to have so many people saying, do it this way, do it that way, do it this way, do it that way, do it this way, do it that way. But do it the way that makes you happy and that makes a lot of sense, where you're not losing dollars. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And if you need help, I would encourage you to check out our course. It's for beginners, but it's also for people who may have got 2 or 3, 4 properties under your belt. I guarantee you there's stuff in that course that you're going to learn that's going to help to take you to another level. We also have a private Facebook group once you buy the course, where you actually get access to me. And I'm, hey, look, guy, I'm on the video. Where you actually get access to me, not him, but access to me. And I will actually let you come through and walk through my deals. I've actually had some of my mentees show up. When I've walked through some deals, they get to walk through them. They get to talk to the contractors. That we get to toss ideas around. I'm answering questions. I'm showing you how to analyze your deals. I'm putting people into the group that is providing more information to you, like realtors, We're about to bring somebody in to help you about your credit. We're bringing in bankers. We're bringing in contractors, all of that great stuff when you pick up our course. So if you need help, you don't have to do this alone. You can check us out at suham.com. Check out our real estate investment course for beginners, suham.com, or the website that's below here. But anywho, hope this helped you guys. Do your research, do your due diligence. It's not that hard. A lot of people are on the fence. And if you stay on the fence, man, you'll never go anywhere. It's like jump in. It's like do your first deal. It gets easier and easier as you go along. I promise you. If I could start this thing in 2006 and I didn't have anybody to teach me or show me the way, I know that you can do it because this is different now. We got Facebook. We've got mentors that are holding your hands that are virtual. We got YouTube. We got Google. But if you want all the information that's in one place and you want access to me, then you can find me by utilizing my course. But the thing is, get in the game, get in the game, get in the game. I'm Salandia Hammond, also known as Suham Baby. Say Suham Baby.
Suham baby.
Suham Baby. Say Suham. All right. Well, you can find me at suham.com. Peace, y'all.